Yo, what is going on, you slackers? I am your host, Slackerz Gaming, bringing you another top 10 sort of list for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And I'm trying to weed out the last, or the 10 most likely, 10 top potential characters that are ultimately left for the game to be playable. So I wanted to, just got to get some more feedback from the community and what they think. Again, in the comments, you don't have to do an entire top 10 list, but let me know some characters that you think are definitely, or at least at the top of the list, to become playable for Super Smash Bros. Whether it is a brand new newcomer altogether, or whether it's an Echo Fighter, whatever it is, let me know down in the comments. So without any further ado, let's just jump right into today's video. Now, before I get started, I mean, you can see Geno on the screen, but this is not in any particular order. I want to emphasize that. So it's just 10 characters that I'm throwing into this list that, at least, I guess in my opinion, are the most likely newcomers that we could still see. And it's got to be winding down for the amount of characters, whether it's newcomers or Echo Fighters, that we're going to be seeing. I don't think there's going to be too much because, again, Sakurai did say don't expect too many newcomers. Now, did he mean actually straight up brand new fighters? Or did he include Echo Fighters in that conversation? I don't know. But we got to, let's just jump into the list anyway. So, of course, I got Geno here from Super Mario RPG. A lot of hype, a lot of speculation, a lot of people, including myself, would absolutely love to have this character in the game, finally playable. I mean, we've been wanting him for since Brawl? So has Sakurai. He's tried it. It hasn't happened, but with Square getting Cloud in for Wii U and 3DS, this shouldn't be an issue now to kind of get the rights for Geno out of all characters that Square does have. I mean, if they let Sakurai work with Cloud, I mean, they'll practically let him work with any character, right? So I think Geno has to be on a top 10 list for most likely, if not maybe a top 3 spot for most people, but had to include Geno, absolutely. So let's move on to the number 2, I guess. Well, not number 2, but up next, second character, Shadow the Hedgehog. Yes, stating all the obvious here, his assist trophy is yet to be seen. Knuckles' assist trophy has been seen. A lot of people are thinking that it has replaced Shadow's, so does that mean Shadow ultimately got the upgrade, we'll say, from playable, or from assist trophy to playable character? Who knows? I mean, he could work. You know, he could just be a straight up Echo Fighter of Sonic. A lot of people think that seems to work. I still think Shadow could have a bit more uniqueness. I'd rather, if anything, I'd rather have him be, I guess, a semi-clone rather than a straight up Echo Fighter. Give Shadow his, keep him with his own kind of personality. I don't want him to straight up be Sonic. I know a lot of the moves can be similar, but throw in 1 or 2, 3 different moves, mix it up a bit. But Shadow absolutely has to be at the top of the list, and especially after the direct from last week, from August 8th. Still didn't show him as an assist trophy, but we haven't seen him as a potential playable character, so it's still possible, because I think the direct said, the E3 direct said there's going to be over 50 assist trophies, and now newly updated as of last week, we have seen, I believe it's 40, so there's roughly 10, 11, we don't have the actual number for new assist trophies, but there's still double digits in terms of assist trophies that we could see, whether it's returning or brand new ones. Who knows, but Shadow definitely has to be on the list for likely playable characters. Moving on, another assist trophy we have yet to see in Isabelle, and a big thing that I want to point out with Isabelle is the Virgibond leaks, where he stated that Isabelle would be in the game, most likely as the Echo Fighter of Villager. It would make sense. I mean, Isabelle's like the mascot pretty much for Animal Crossing. How else could she really rep the series in terms of moveset? I mean, a lot of people really feel Villager has that nailed down, perfectly. So what more could she really bring? I don't know, but I think at least as an Echo Fighter would make sense. Of course, Animal Crossing is a huge franchise for Nintendo, so having 2 playable reps is very understandable. And same with Shadow, if I haven't already said this, but her assist trophy hasn't been seen. And there's maybe only a handful of assist trophies left. Whether it's new or returning, she could be on that list. That's still a possibility, but hey, I guess only time will tell, right? So, yeah, moving on here to Skull Kid again. Keeping with the theme of the assist trophies we have yet to see, but could potentially, this character could have been given the upgrade or the promotion from assist trophy to playable character. We did see Moon from the Legend of Zelda series become a assist trophy, which is pretty interesting. Does that, can you apply the same argument that Knuckles and Shadow have? Like, did Knuckles replace Shadow, so Shadow could become playable? So does that mean Moon is ultimately, ultimately replacing Skull Kid, so Skull Kid could be a playable fighter? Who knows? Skull Kid's always been, you know, a very, very popular and highly voted and requested character since, I think, Brawl. I believe he's been on my list quite a bit. I would love to see him in the character. Legend of Zelda as a series deserves a new rep, like a brand new fresh face, so I think Skull Kid fits a lot of that perfectly. It's got to be high on a lot of lists. So, yeah, definitely Skull Kid makes this one for sure. Moving on, of course, Bandana Waddle Dee. There was that thing with the Daisy amiibo. There's, like, some info on it or whatever, and it says, like, it's her amiibo can be used in, like, other games and something to that effect. I never read the whole story, but a lot of people were speculating maybe it means Smash Bros. And then she got announced. So what I'm getting to is same thing as Daisy. Bandana Waddle Dee had the same thing, whereas amiibo functionality would work in other games. So does that mean Bandana Waddle Dee's coming? Who knows? He's been very popular as of late, especially for this game. When they're narrowing down pretty much their choices of Nintendo, pretty much first-party characters in this case. Definitely has to be on the top of that list for first-party characters, that is. Kirby franchise would love to see a fourth rep, and in my opinion, I think the rep for Kirby series, I think Kirby, Meta Knight, King Dedede, and then Bandana Waddle Dee would rep the series absolutely perfectly, in my opinion. Wouldn't be surprised to see maybe an Echo Fighter for Meta Knight, like a Dark Meta Knight or Galactonite, something like that. I can see that happening, but it's not. Those characters are not on this list, but definitely had to put Bandana Waddle Dee. Seems to be, you know, a top 3 most likely for the first party characters that are still left. So, yep, absolutely makes this list as well. Moving on, I put Isaac on here because of how popular he is. There's the whole thing with Sakurai with the tweet from Rathalos, and he's facing off against Link and Marth and Shulk, and the camera angle was very unique, and there's like the side-by-side comparison of like Golden Sun games for when they're facing some sort of boss, and it just kind of reminiscent of Golden Sun. So maybe, you know, was Sakurai hinting at Isaac becoming playable? I think that has to be a possibility, at least. I mean, why else would Sakurai tweet that image? It was just kind of like random and out of the blue. Like, where was that from? And what is the Rathalos picture even of? Is it from a story mode that they still have yet to announce? If there is indeed one, which probably there will be. But, you know, what is it? You know, what was Sakurai trying to say with that tweet, with the picture? A lot of people think it's, you know, he's hinting at Isaac, and maybe he is because the fan base wants him. He was very popular. A lot of people voted for him in the Smash ballot. Unfortunately, he was removed from Assist Trophy for Wii U and 3DS. So I mean, he's got the ingredients to become playable, but I don't know. I guess only time will tell to see if this guy makes it in as well. So fingers crossed. I hope he does. He deserves it. Moving on, I got Monster Hunter in here. I do really believe that Monster Hunter has to be one of the most likely third-party reps to get a playable character, and especially for a top 10 for most likely newcomers now. Why would they put so much emphasis on Rathalos as an assist trophy and as a boss? And then plus we still haven't seen the Monster Hunter stage. What is up with that? Is that still a part of the story mode? You know, like exclusive or something? Like, I don't know. They just put too much emphasis on Rathalos. for me to not think that there's a Monster Hunter rep, and I think character on screen, this one is, I believe this is the character from the Marvel vs. Capcom series, so I think you can just take that iteration for a Monster Hunter character and make that into a playable character. That would be easy. There's already moveset. It makes a lot of sense. It really does. So I had to put Monster Hunter. I think, to me, it makes too much sense. So yeah, that's why I got Monster Hunter on the list. Moving on, Dixie Kong. Yes, there's going to be some people that will say, well, why wasn't Dixie Kong announced during the King K. Rool reveal? Well, there's that counter argument going around that, hey, Ridley was revealed at E3, but they waited till the next Direct to announce Dark Samus. Maybe they'll kind of keep with that theme. So, say the next Direct, we get Dixie Kong announced. Maybe she could be an Echo Fighter. Maybe she could be unique. Who knows? Maybe Nintendo was just kind of thinking, if they announced Dixie Kong and King K. Rool in the same reveal, would that kind of overshadow one another? Maybe that's a thought. I've heard a few people say that. I mean, it's possible, but I don't know. I still think Dixie Kong has one of the better chances to become a playable character, whether it's unique or an Echo Fighter. So I had to absolutely include her on the list. And I guess, nothing else to say. She's got to be one of the top 10. Again, these are all my opinions, but top 10 most likely for one of the newcomers. And then for the ninth spot I'm going to go over is third party in general. I think these three characters that you see on screen from left to right, Rayman, Hayachi, Banjo-Kazooie, I really do think we're going to get one of them. Again, real quick on all of them, Rayman was pretty much at the top of the list for expected third party characters for when Smash Ultimate very first got announced. Just the relationship Ubisoft and Nintendo have. It seems like Nintendo would be like, hey, yeah, we'll gladly, we'll put a character in. Who would you want? Rayman seems to be a good fit, and I think he would fit in the Smash Bros. Kind of the style of the game. That makes sense. And of course, we got Hayachi, was the Mii outfit in Wii U and 3DS. Sakurai was trying to get him to be playable, but ultimately couldn't get him to do, couldn't make his moveset work how he wanted to, so maybe a bit more time for Sakurai figuring that stuff out. Hayachi might have a pretty good chance as well. And then, of course, Banjo-Kazooie, the whole thing with Microsoft and Phil Spencer saying, yes, he would like to work with it. But then there's the people that are like, well, if Phil Spencer's going to talk about this, publicly, does that pretty much deconfirm him? I don't think it really deconfirms him, but maybe the chances are a little bit less. I mean, Banjo-Kazooie had great support on the Smash ballot. I think Hayachi did as well. I don't think Rayman did too much, but Banjo-Kazooie just grew up on Nintendo. It would be so awesome to see, just, especially with Microsoft and Nintendo kind of working together for cross-platform as of late. I think they're in good terms with each other. So who knows? Maybe they do pull the trigger and they get Banjo-Kazooie. Who knows? But I got, as the ninth spot, I got one of these three seem to be really likely for a third-party character slot. And the last character that I kind of want to go over is just basically Pokemon, for a rep for Pokemon. Again, I have the four on screen are Buzzwole, Incineroar, Gothitelle, and Gardevoir. Now, if you believe in the Virgibond leaks, he did say there is a playable Gen 7 rep, but it's not Decidueye, Mimikyu, or Lycanroc. He's been right on Mimikyu, because we have seen Mimikyu as a Pokeball Pokemon. And so far, almost everything he said has come true. Nothing has been disproven as of yet. I mean, he still said the thing about Isabelle and this Pokemon thing. So, I mean, it's still up in the air, but so far he's been right on everything. So, I think the leading candidate might be Incineroar. Me personally, I'm kind of leaning towards some sort of Ultra Beast, just because it was such a huge new thing for Pokemon Sun and Moon when that first came out. They put a lot of emphasis on that, so I could see an Ultra Beast. It doesn't have to be Buzzwole exactly, but an Ultra Beast would make sense to me, at least. So, then again, Incineroar does make a lot of sense. Wrestling Tiger Cat got a lot of... I mean, Pokemon in general, moveset is easy to make. But then with this most recent leak, the reason you got Gardevoir and Gothitelle, it was somebody said Gardevoir was going to be represented, and then Gothitelle was going to be an Echo Fighter. I mean, yeah, they make sense, but Gardevoir's got long legs, and Gothitelle's kind of got like these little short, stubby little legs. So that would be a bit weird to me. I mean, moveset and movement-wise, I guess they could make sense because I don't know. Pokemon's in a weird spot. There's so many contenders and candidates. It's really weird, and we still have yet to see if the Gardevoir leak was actually real or fake yet. So definitely have to include them on the list. But that is my top 10. I know there's more than 10 characters, but I kind of grouped the ninth spot, those third-party characters. I grouped them into one, and then Pokemon I grouped into one category as well. But that is what I have for today. Again, please let me know. You don't have to put 10 characters. Just let me know what characters do you think are the most likely that are really left. Is it somebody I mentioned? Is it maybe a character I didn't mention? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I will definitely read and reply to whatever I can. But yeah, that is going to be it for this one. So I guess hopefully you guys enjoyed, and hopefully we catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, everybody.